What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is A2D Wednesday nights. Tush push, still alive. All right. Schwarber, Phillies, extend them right now. Tomorrow, next week, we're going to talk about it all. And obviously, me and Buckets are going to go at it tonight. Let's go.
I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice.
Struck them out.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio every Wednesday. We are brought to you by our good doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, no eating. Nick Sirianni down there. Buckets, Luke Brown, Ryan Elizik, Greg Milakovic. I'm Tom Arnone. Let's talk about it. Tush, push, stays. We're here. Let's go. I can't believe we're celebrating that. It's amazing stuff. Sixers, draft rumors. Lots flying around. A lot, KD. It's a lot. We're going to argue about it. Phillies Rockies postgame up 9-3. It's a wrap here. Time to extend Kyle Schwarber? Right into our poll question. The Phillies must extend Kyle Schwarber. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe. Join the conversation. What do you say? I mean, listen, he's younger than people think he is, I feel like. Right? I feel like he feels older to people. I absolutely extend him. I mean, not just for the production. Obviously, that's the easy one. But he brings so much more to the table. Right? He's such a great leader. He's a great clubhouse
leadership.
Guy. Yep. All those things matter when you're looking to extend somebody. And he's going to lose baseballs till he's 40. So, I mean, I got no problem extending him. Zero. So maybe the easiest poll question I ever answered. Agree. Simple. Keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. If you would have asked me this before the regular season started, I probably would have disagreed with you. I probably was on the wavelength of this year happens, whatever happens this year, it is what it is, and then you let Schwarber and JT walk, right? You need more holes to fill by these young kids to kind of reset that window around your $200-300 million guys. But now I wouldn't have hated you re-signing him, right? But it wasn't a must for me. But this year has proven to me that it is more of a must than maybe Bryce Harper at this point. Like, I think Kyle Schwarber is more important to this team than Bryce Harper at this point. Between his leadership, between his obviously his mashing the baseballs. But you look at all the nerd analytic numbers too. Like, he has changed his player profile almost from last year to this year, right? His strikeouts are down overall. His chase rates are down. His hard hit numbers are out the roof. I mean, Brian Kenny, I don't like the guy and everything that he talks about, but he did a snapshot of Schwarber a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and he was 1 of 1 across like the entire league. And maybe through baseball history of like the metrics that like guys like Brian Kenny follow and stuff like that. So right now it is an easy agree to me. And Tommy, you touched on it. I think the biggest part is the leadership qualities. I don't know that you could continue going over this team going without him in the locker room. And I don't care what the money is. Just at this point, slide the blank check over. Whatever he puts down, you work out the years, and we go from there. Cigars, he can sell more cigars.
Yeah. Every day, it seems that you don't extend him, the contract gets more expensive. Right? Now, again, money to these guys really doesn't matter. You're already in the luxury tax. Like, money isn't an option. The salary cap or whatever the hell baseball has, luxury tax, just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up, right? I saw a thing today that NBC Universal is trying to buy out ESPN, so that's more money on whatever that's going to end up being. So, like, with him now batting behind Harper every day, right? And the way that Bryce is hitting now, like he's going to lose baseballs for another decade. He's only 32, right? He's only 32, but it seems like he's older than that because he's been in the league for damn near a dozen years at this point. Because I think he came up when he was like 20. Like, he was on that like 2016 Cubs team that won the World Series.
Yeah.
So, like, realistically, he was the first guy that came here, right, in that 22 team who had ever really won anything, right? So he brought that mentality of, hey, we're coming here, we're doing this, we're going to win ball games, right? And they've done that, right? And speaking straight statistically, right, there's only 2 players in baseball that have hit more home runs than him over the last 4 years. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, and he's 1 behind Ohtani, right? It is absolutely absurd to think that he could not be in the Phillies lineup going forward. You got to give him at least a 4-year deal, probably something similar to what he had before, if not 30. I'd be fine giving him $40 million a year. If you lose 40 baseballs a year, all right, I'll give you $1 million a home run. Let's go, do it.
I was gonna say, what if you slide 3 for 100 across? Does he not sign it?
No, he takes that. I feel like he likes it here enough that he'll stay because he knows how good they are. And, having those guys like Bryce and Trey and, obviously JT's still here. That pitching staff is disgusting. And those young kids coming up, like, to help backfill, like, the other guys who we're going to leave. Like, again, Nick's going to leave probably after the next year or maybe after the season. I can't picture a lineup where this dude not in it. He has to be in the lineup. Whether he's hitting leadoff, he's hitting 4, he's hitting 3. I don't give a shit. He has to be here. Simple as that.
Hey, I completely agree. This is agree the whole way with me. Look, 32 is you're still in your prime, especially in baseball at 32 years old. At least for a lot of upper echelon players, which I certainly consider Kyle Schwarber. And I would have to say he's borderline future Hall of Famer, depending on, how long, depending on longevity and whatnot. I know he's been playing, about a dozen, when did he say? Dozen years now? He's been in the bigs?
He's been here 10.
So,
yeah, his rookie year was 2015. So,
okay.
So it's his 11th season.
And I mean, look, from what I read and hear or whatever, he's a good teammate, great clubhouse guy. All the cliches you want to throw out there. He obviously he has a great relationship with a lot of superstars on this team. Look, I think he's an obvious power bat you need in this lineup. More importantly, you take him out of this lineup, and really it makes Harper, Real Muto, Turner, you name it. It makes all of them much less effective. So you need Schwarber in there.
Yeah, I agree to what Ryan said.
Give him the money.
I agree with what Ryan said. With the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to be. And I find that the most interesting part of this is, like, I feel like they would have done it in the offseason or like when the year started, but they've been waiting on this, which makes me feel like it's not going to happen, because what are we waiting on? I just don't understand. Like, the longer it goes, the more expensive it's going to be. So don't you think it would have been done already? I feel like I'm not holding my breath on this one, because his one flaw is it gives you zero flexibility at the DH spot. I agree he needs to be in the lineup, but where are you playing him? He's a below average left fielder. You can't really play him anywhere. So it gives you zero flexibility at the DH spot with giving guys days off. Like, if you want to give Harper a day off and let him DH, you can't. It gives you really not a lot of flexibility. I just think it would have been done already. I hope they do it, but I don't know. I think it's very suspicious that it hasn't been done so far.
They tried in spring training.
Doesn't get more elsewhere.
He tried in spring training, but he declined it to bet on himself. To kind of Ryan's point, right now, every home run he mashes, every game that he does well, he's ticking up that zero at the end. Just keep adding zeros.
I can't remember. Is he a Boris guy? I can't remember.
I believe so, but I don't know. I'll look it up.
I think half the league is Boris guys.
All the guys
Yeah,
who are worth it.
I wonder if he thinks he'll get more elsewhere. Like, I'm not even saying it's the Phillies' fault. If it was going to be done, I feel like it would have been done.
Yeah.
You almost don't know his value because obviously, like, the
It's
only
not Boris.
okay, it's not Boris, but like the comp, I guess is Ohtani, but he's not getting $700 million because he can't pitch, right? Does he get 350? No. Like, can he get 150 for like 4? Maybe. But like you said, he's not going to play the field unless he learns how to play first base or something. So, I mean, he has to DH. He's too slow to play the outfield. So,
I mean, I can live with him playing left field, once a week or once every 10 days or so to give somebody a day off or whatever.
Yeah, but that like a DH isn't getting you. The DH isn't getting you $50 million a year.
Correct.
So,
and also, let's say Harper hurts his arm again. Let's say you're in the playoffs and Harper blows his arm out, but he's still good to hit. Like you're handcuffed. There's no flexibility. You're picking Harper or Schwarber, or you're throwing Schwarber in the field somewhere.
Like, I mean, he'll get paid, but he's not going to get paid $350 million, right? So,
well, no, because the years aren't there to allow that.
Yeah,
right. I mean, you're most 4 with an option, but most likely 3 with an option.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm interested to see whenever this does go happen, if the Phillies sign him or if it gets to free agency, what he ends up getting, like what his actual value is, because there's nobody else in baseball like him.
He is a unicorn.
but a different type of unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not the I can do everything possible. Like I could throw 100 miles an hour, play the outfield and do, and then hit bombs. But he's a guy who, if he's up for the plate, you got to watch the at bat because he could hit one 500 feet. So.
Oh, absolutely.
He did the other night. What was that, 466?
Yeah, off the third deck.
Yeah, off the facing.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a Phillies guy, Luke?
I mean, not
Mets
go
fan?
Phils, but it's May. I eat into the year. There's only so many innings I could watch, to be honest with you.
Nah, boy.
What, you mean the Phillies having the best record in the National League isn't getting you fired up?
No, and that's actually, if I were to answer the poll, that would actually be part of my answer. Is like, it's not like it was last year or like 2 years ago where they come off that World Series run and then they have the best record in May and it's like so exciting how good they are. But like to me right now, I'll be real, the third pick is tweaking me out. But it's also the fact that it's not even that. It's not even that, but it's also just like they've been here before. They've had the best record in May before. I've watched it in May before. And it's like I think that they should be very, very, very cautious of how many guys that they keep bringing back here because they're going to keep getting older, and there's going to be a point where when you don't have the best record in May and you're paying a bunch of guys, you're screwed. But that being said, I feel like it's pretty obvious he's not one of those guys.
Yeah, well, the window isn't going to stay open forever, right, Luke?
No, it's not. But he's definitely one of your pieces that you should definitely keep around for sure.
Absolutely.
He's not one of the guys that you should be cautious about. I feel like you're a much worse. I'll leave it to you guys, but it seems like there's no doubt about it. They'd be a whole lot worse with him off the team. So
the biggest thing is they need to learn to beat the Mets again. That hasn't happened yet this year.
I just think they're playing with their food if it's not done already. So like I don't think it gets done.
And you're right. I think that's what's the concerning part. To your point, Mike, right, Bucks? Like
I think you guys are overreacting.
I don't know. I mean, the guy declined an extension to bet on himself. He's balling out. Does he think he gets more elsewhere?
No, it's the only reason.
I think the possibilities there. I mean, who doesn't want that type of guy in their locker room?
And who
Yeah.
doesn't?
And essentially,
and who
we
allows
do
that?
have, like,
I don't think
Then who
it's on-
allows that guy? Like what organization allows that guy to walk out of your locker room?
I don't think it's on the Phillies end at this point. I think it's on Schwarber's end because realistically, how often do guys going into the last year of their contract sign an extension in season in baseball? It never happens, right? Especially somebody who's in a contract prove it year, right? Which again, the Phillies tried to sign him to an extension. I think at this point, like the Phillies could give him a blank check. And I still think he may take free agency over that just to see what he's actually worth, right? He may end up coming back here, right? Which I think he wants to be here because he said that he loves playing here. But everybody says that.
Yeah.
But so
And I agree because like, I mean, knock on wood, I'm not trying to jinx it, but like, there's no risk of him getting hurt. He's not playing the field. I guess if he gets plunked, but like normally on. Oh my god.
I mean, listen, you can pull an oblique. There's ways to get hurt.
Sorry.
Right? So there's ways.
Well, I'm
to
just
get
saying.
hurt.
I'm saying usually on prove it deals, they tend to like let's just get the extension, like get the prove it deal out of here. But he's got more like leeway. Like I don't know. He's not playing every day at shortstop.
I get what you're saying. Even if he is playing every day at shortstop, he's not a pitcher, right? Where more injuries seem to happen to, right? So like pitchers, I feel like would be more guys that would not bet on themselves for a year. Where I think positional players are more open to that because what really happens to them, you're not seeing torn ACLs like Acuna usually, right? It's not frequent. So that's where my head goes. But I do agree that it's probably not going to get done in season unless he's just like, all right, I don't even want to deal with this, right?
Yeah.
He probably waits to see what his value is, and he'll be back here. That's how I look at it. If it's $5 million a year off, he'll be back here, right? As long as it's close, I think he's back. I don't think it's even up for debate.
Yeah,
so that's where I look at it. He has, he's won a title. Probably wants. I'm sure he wants to win another one. So, a good place to be in terms of that because they're competing.
Yeah,
they're the best team in May, but they weren't the best team in April. So, they've been playing more consistent baseball. They've been swinging it better as a group, and their pitching staff's awesome. And I can't even say their pitching staff was awesome last year because it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah. So that's a difference. Now Penn's not as good. So right, so there's still issues, right?
I don't know if you guys with that. I need to talk about Alvarado. We can finish your point though.
I don't know what point I had because the facts of the matter is when you got a dominant staff and you can swing it, you better be playing deep in October.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Luke's right, but he's wrong. He's right in like, hey, we've been here before, but it's not. They're not the Sixers. They haven't Sixers never even been there.
Right. That's kind of what I was saying. They're getting there.
They're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Of winning the whole thing. And last year was different. Last year they came out with their hair on fire. They were trying to make up for their what happened in the postseason, right? And it was great. Now at some point that's going to go through ebbs and flows, and it just so happened to flow the wrong way for a while there at the end. This year's been different. They've had sort of their peaks and valleys early on a little bit. They're probably going to still continue to have them. So it's not like, all right, we're going to go win 15 in a row, and then we're going to get ice cold. They've been more consistently playing good, right? And that's how I look at it. They've been more winning series. They're not sweeping everybody, but they're playing good baseball, and they're not striking out a million times, and it's just more contact. So listen, that starts with your leaders, and that starts with a guy like Kyle Schwarber. And back to the poll. That's why we agree. That's why it's hard to disagree with that. And if you do, I think you're delusional. I see all the comments popping up there. New feature I just added in.
I like that
here.
I just saw it.
Nice.
Yeah, this is trying. And while I'm Rome, I'm just doing what the Romans do. But I'm really just like the fact that I'm double dipping here. Guys producing and talking.
On the 1-2.
And watching the Knicks choke a little bit here.
I
Yeah,
don't give a
whoa. Aaron Neesmith just went on a
Talk,
Steph Curry run.
shit. I'll go
talk dirty
9-3.
to me.
Talk dirty to me, 9-3 game. That's talk dirty
Yeah.
to me right now. I give two shits about the NBA playoffs right now.
Oh, in that Colorado area, you know, pop up
Two
the
shits.
center and it goes 500.
What do we care? What do I care?
Hey,
Oh,
who cares?
Could have been us.
Get
Could have
healthy.
been us.
Get the bats healthy, baby. Get the bats healthy. Especially when got a line ladder going. Let's go.
Get your internet healthy, Orlando.
-1.5. Who, me?
Yeah, he was
Get
gone.
Am I in and out?
Yeah, he was gone.
You were right there. Yeah.
And Mr. Disney.
I am in Florida. The internet's just as retired as we are down here.
Yeah, there's no good internet services down there. It's actually amazing.
Actually incredible.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. Phils are good. Phils are good. Still got a long game left here. Jesus.
Oh, we got drama here.
7th. Yeah.
What?
Missed this free throw, Cat.
Cat missed a free throw. Now the Pacers are down 3, timeout, 13 seconds
Oh,
left.
let's go.
Let's go, baby. I want TJ McConnell to get a ring, baby.
Dude, TJ played an unbelievable game today. He really did. He really did.
Uh,
I want no parts of this.
10-4-2 in 14 minutes. Are you
whatever.
kidding me?
I need
Yeah,
to talk
like,
about
come
how
on.
selfish Jose Alvarado is.
The fucking playoffs.
How
You gotta
selfish
know
can
what you're
possibly
putting.
be.
You gotta know what you're putting in your body. Period.
You have a
Yeah, but when
list.
these guys can't speak
Yeah.
English
That's
and
what
they're
I'm
reading,
saying.
You got a
That's what
list.
I've been saying,
You
Bucket.
got a
It's like,
list.
like,
it's a list in
They can't
Spanish.
read English.
Translated for you.
come on.
You
Listen.
get this little bottle of pills or whatever. Hey, send a message to your team doc. Hey doc, can I eat these? No.
Right, I was gonna
Okay.
say that's on the organization.
Like,
they
come
have to
on,
know
man.
everything that goes into that guy's body in terms of stuff like that. They have to be aware of that. You don't
I just
take
said,
anything.
since when is
unless I
weight
know
loss
about it.
illegal? Like, how does that help him with his curveball? Like losing weight? I
Yeah,
don't
I
understand.
agree with that too. That's also bullshit. I don't.
Yeah,
think
not like
I
he's
think it's-
DHing.
I
He's not
think
hitting
it's
balls
dumb.
500.
Again, like I think it's stupid, right? But like, come on, man.
Let a guy juice a little bit. But listen, if it's true, right? Because you don't know what's true, what's not. You want to believe Jose. He's well respected inside this organization. So it's one that we definitely nobody was expecting. I saw it early in the morning. I'm like, and I saw people say this is
I
false.
saw
and I
it
was
late. I saw it like 2-3 a.m. and I'm like,
Okay.
no, this isn't right.
like, tried to keep driving. I told
Yeah.
you guys it was a lie, and then you guys were like, no, it's not. I'm like, that's fun. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna plead the fifth that he just doesn't know how to read. Or like I said, was this a weight loss drug overseas? Okay, because that's where I'm gonna fault his ass at then. Because if you're buying it overseas, baby, you don't know. You don't know. You bought it down the street. Guy rode his bike there. You know what I mean? He had 2 carts and he's handing out weight loss supplements.
Slipped the 20 under the door.
Yeah, like where are you buying it? And that's what I need to know. You want the closure for Tom Arnone to find out how selfish this guy really is. I need to know where you bought it. That's all. Give me a store. Not the friendly food mart down the street. You know what I mean? Like you need to give me a store.
No,
The
I got
Gabagooli.
the problem I have with it obviously is you got to check whatever the hell you're putting in your body. You have a list. You have an agent. Like, hey, is this cool? Whatever. That's the simple question, right? Regardless, it only matters because it's Jose Alvarado. If it was Joe Ross, nobody would give a shit, right? But the dude's been so good.
It could be Joe Ross. Like, we're not that lucky. To your point,
Yeah, I know.
we're so unlucky. It is Jose Alvarado.
Yeah, like it's Jose. It's one of your 3 relievers that you can physically count on, and you have 3 relievers in your bullpen that
you got 3?
don't suck.
I'm stuck at 2.5.
All right, maybe 2.5. Jordan Romano's been really good after.
That's my half.
An entire month. He's been really good for the last.
Oh my
month.
God, that guy's a crackhead. You want to talk about on the corner?
That's
that
fine.
guy's getting
whatever.
he's getting
as long as he's getting outs, I don't give a shit. He'll
Oh my
probably
God.
get busted for an OD or some shit next week. So whatever.
Yeah,
But
he
like
was.
at this point, you're so screwed because you know that every other team in the league now knows that you need 2 relievers. You needed 1. You needed 1 guaranteed. And because Jose is banned for 80 games, and can't play in the playoffs, now you need at least 2. So they're going to hold you over the coals for when you say they call, I don't know, the White Sox for slapdick somebody, right? You're going to have to give up 3 prospects for some dude who's got like a 6 ERA. Or the lefty who has a little like slider curveball bullshit, right? Like you have to figure it out. It can't happen. With the internet and all the ways you can check this stuff, it cannot happen, right? I know that they did all this stuff back in the 90s when steroid era.
Google's in Espanol too. There's just no.
Yeah, you got Google Translate. Put that shit in there.
There's
Come on,
no
man.
excuse.
It's ridiculous.
It's
I don't understand how guys keep doing it. Why?
With all the resources that these guys have, it is.
Dude, this is absurd. This is wow.
That was a 2 for sure.
Yeah.
There's no way that was a 3.
Ellie just did the Reggie Miller. That's great.
Man,
There's no way
Wow.
that was not a 3.
with Bucket's reaction there, I thought a girl was under the chair or something.
No,
Jesus.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
His
That's
foot was on the
literally
line.
he's on the
Kawhi
line. He's on the
2.0.
line.
That is Kawhi. That was literally Kawhi.
His foot was on the line. He gave the choking
he's on-
symbol.
he's
too.
Oh
on the
my
line.
God, that's so
Yeah,
embarrassing.
he gave the Reggie
Oh!
Miller.
Overtime. They're gonna lose in
Yeah.
overtime.
Hold on, just so the world could see it. Watch this bounce.
Oh my God, that went 100 feet in the air.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Bro, a little context. The Knicks were up like 14. I think they're up 16 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I
Look at
turned
this.
it off
His
because I
foot's
thought
on
it was
the
in,
line.
and then I turned it back on. Yeah, he's 100% on the line. It's on overtime.
Oh my God. They were up 16 with like 7 minutes left.
No, I only reacted like that because when he shot it, I'm like, he missed. Game's over.
Yeah,
It went 100.
yeah.
It went off the camera. Like it literally. I was like, game's over. I went to 16,
Oh
bro.
my
And
God.
it fell down and swished, and that's a 2. And he talks shit too. Oh
It's
my
Bellinelli
God.
all over again. Remember when Bellinelli made that
Oh, the
shit? and they
confetti-
had the
I was there.
confetti
I was like-
falling?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
I was
God.
right there.
Oh my God.
It was a 2
Yeah.
clear as
Fucking
day.
confetti game. They lost that shit in overtime.
Oh my God. I
Fucking
wish
sick.
that was a 3. Oh, whatever. Sorry. Moving on.
Okay.
But can we do a 180 here? I think juice is great for baseball. Like make baseball great again. And people used to pack the couch for Barry Bonds and McGuire and you name it. Like just to watch piss missiles and moonshots and balls that haven't landed yet. Like juice is good for baseball. Bring it back. If a guy wants to shoot rabies in his ass, let him do it. Let's just see what happens. I think
All right,
ratings would
well-
skyrocket.
Well,
it's good for
they
baseball.
tried to do it. It's just a different way now. They've reinvented the swing.
Now a guy loses
to try
30
to-
pounds and
yeah.
we're suspending them without pay. The guy literally in spring training said, I'm fat. His words. He's like, I'm fucking fat. He said that on air. And he
He did say
loses
that.
weight. And we're like, you're banned without pay. And you're not playing in the playoffs. Like, are we okay?
Yeah, I don't-
Bring the needles back, Buckets.
Bring them back. You know?
You would have thought the guy was smuggling, and he's smuggling shit home. Yeah, or smuggling shit in. I don't know. Smuggling it somewhere. But like you said, guys want to lose some weight. I mean, what did he take? Because that's on him. That's on him. Like you gotta know better in these situations, and you gotta do a little bit of homework.
Yeah, but they got to know better that he won't know better. That's
I couldn't agree
my
more.
opinion. Yeah, right. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, but it's like,
Combo guard.
these guys are athletes and adults, right? You know what I mean? Like you can't
Are
sit
they?
there
Yeah, yeah.
and Chip Kelly and monitor literally everything they do. You know what I mean?
You're right.
But
Excuse
yeah, I mean, it's I don't know the actual numbers, right? But optics tells you that it is something in the Spanish and the Latin American players, right? It seems like it's those guys are the only ones getting popped. So it's got to be something that they're grabbing. To your point, Tommy, there's got to be something that they're grabbing. It's got to be stuff that they're taking that's given to them in their home countries. That obviously pops when you get back to drug testing in the United States.
Well, if you're just a drug addict,
Yeah.
right? If you're just a goddamn drug addict, and you're roping and running, right? Every time you're buying something off the streets, babe, you don't know what you're getting.
Yep.
Right. So you can make the what the hell's going on here? I can't even hear myself think. We
Wow.
good?
You're good.
It's like an echo.
There was for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, felt it. Felt her.
Hello.
Probably was coming
you
from
there?
you if you wanted to put a hypothetical gun to my head, which I don't want to do on air. Probably get us banned. All right, what the hell was I even saying? Where are we at?
We're talking about Alvarado. Can't read a script label.
Oh, yeah. Well, you go buy something off the streets, you don't know what you're getting. Or you go buy something overseas, you don't know what you're getting. So it's the same conversation. And here we are. So if these guys are buying stuff in Latin America and they're buying from people they trust, well, that's on you, babe. Like, I don't know where you got your I don't know where you got your dime piece from. You know what I mean? Like, right? You go to your buddy's house for the good stuff, or you go to dispensary, right? So which one are you gonna trust? Which one are you gonna trust clean? Now that's just low. Like, that's just low. You don't expect the weed to be messed with, but in the streets it is, right? I'm saying in the streets it is. Understand the correlation here. If you're living in the streets with it, you're gonna get something you probably don't want. But if you're going to a proper place to buy whatever recreational needs you need here, you're probably gonna lose weight, and you probably ain't gonna get popped. Like, you know what I mean? The chance you get popped because FDA approved shit, you ain't gonna get popped. Called Food and Drug Administration for a reason. Now you got lawsuits. Think you're getting all their money back, Jose? You are.
Oh, it's not the FDA of San Pedro de Macorís.
Yeah, I'm going to think that FDA doesn't really give a rat's ass. I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, this is what's happening in the Latin American players. They're buying it off the streets. And what bag you getting? Because you're playing Russian roulette. If you're ripping and running in the streets and you don't know what bag you're getting.
It's simple. No matter where he got it from, he should have known what was in there before he took it. He should have asked questions. Period.
Yeah. Well, he was upset about it. You know, he didn't feel comfortable about his weight. I mean, listen, I'll get us fired tonight, right? But I was a guy that went through definitely ups and downs with weight throughout my career. All right. Miss me, babe. Miss me that you can't talk to a trainer about your weight and you can't talk to nobody about your weight. Are we okay? That's the biggest cop out ever. Did his translator say that one for him? Who said that? Like, I got no, that's where I'm pissed. I would have released him the second he said it. What? You act like you're 700 pounds. You didn't do a 30 for 30 on how Jose at 700 pounds could throw 101, a 101 sinker from a goddamn wheelchair, right? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? You look good. We got weight problems. You're a little big. So a lot of people. Welcome to the U.S. I mean, that's what I was saying to him. Welcome home. This is where everybody's big, right? Everybody goes to the doctor and they're overweight. Besides probably Luke and my son. You know what I mean? Like, everybody goes like, hey, you can lose 20. Wait, give it 10 years, Luke. You'll be there, babe. You'll be there. All right. But my point is I was called Tommy Tree Hugger in 6th grade. That's how big I was. I don't even know what that meant. Right? But I just knew it was something insulting to those. Okay, listen to me. Grow the hell up, Peter Pan. Grow up. Like, everybody gets a little something dish out of it throughout their careers. Was it easy? No, I lost weight. Stop eating like a pig, Tom. You know what I mean? Put it down, babe. So I stopped eating like a little piggy pig. I got tired of it. All right? Like, man up. Don't go buy something off the minivan parked around the block. A friend of a friend told you this guy will lose you 20 in a week and a half. He's giving you meth. I mean, like, come on. Jesus.
What are you going? What do you go back to him and say, I haven't eaten in a week? Why?
And my teeth just fell out. Like, I don't know how I just went from, a full mouth, though. I'm down 20. A week and a half. All right. But that's my rant on Jose Alvarado. He can kiss my ass. All right. And on Sunday, I was like playing devil's advocate with it and being like, oh, yeah. And then I heard the weight loss part where he was nervous about it. It's like my son lying to me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Give me my good ear for that one, Jose. I'm gonna need my good ear. I mean, I heard it through the I can't. The accent. I can't even hear you. Say it one more time. You what? I'm sorry. I'm big. I ain't small, so I can say whatever the hell I want. That's how that works. Right? Since we live in a world, that's how that works. I'm going to live in that world tonight. That's how
I ordered new work shirts last week.
I'm living in that world, Martian. That's the world I'm living in. I say whatever I want. I'm not disrespecting the guy being heavy. I'm saying don't give me the cop out that you couldn't talk to anybody because you were a little nervous about your weight. What does that even mean?
Across the pond, he could talk to people. He can't really talk to many people.
Well, he did. He did, obviously. Right? See how far that got him. That got him 80 games. So again, we couldn't have a translator just tell them that you feel heavy. Like we couldn't have hey, Jose feels bloated. What can we do to help him out here? Right? I don't know, Jose. Get on a goddamn elliptical. Like I don't know.
Don't have 37 cups of coffee every day.
Yeah, Marshall, we're not doing A2D Deportes anymore.
No, that's officially canceled tonight. ATD Espanol is not happening anymore. I'm not happy with the antics after the fact. You got buzz, you got popped for something. You took something you weren't supposed to try to lose weight. Call it a night, right? I don't need zero accountability talk, right? Zero accountability drives me insane. When something drives Dom or insane, zero accountability. Like, even if you have like 5% accountability, I can deal with it. Like, if you want to give me all that, like, be like, yeah, I messed up. More from Jimmy around the block. You know what I mean? I got to do better. Like, I don't need all that, but just tell me you messed up. I don't need, oh, well, they said he was a little nervous about talking to anybody about his weight. What?
Yeah, it's a crap.
How nervous is he about talking to somebody about the slider? You know what I mean? Like that. What are we talking about? You can't, like, am I wrong?
No, you got to know what's in your body, period.
Forget that. Am I wrong about being scared? Am I wrong about being scared to go talk to a trainer about your weight?
Well, I mean, everyone's different, right? So,
are we?
Everyone's different in the way they feel.
He fucked himself over and he fucked the Phillies over.
If you're trying to get into physical shape, are you?
I'm with. Sorry, go ahead.
No, Greg. My point is this: this isn't like going up to your teacher in the classroom. I'm saying if you are a goddamn professional athlete, right, at this level, and you've been in the big leagues this long and on the same team, right, you can't feel comfortable enough saying, "Hey, I'm trying to lose 20."
I hear you.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to act like he's the psychiatrist, a trainer, and tell him about all your weight problems. That's not what I'm telling him to do. I'm saying you want to lose 20. I'm not telling you to use the trainer as a psychiatrist or your translator as one. I'm telling you to go use them for what they do. How can you guys help me lose 20? What can I take? What can I do? Done. Go ahead.
This might be the greatest basketball game I've ever watched. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. It's
the refs are letting them play, and it's just a seesaw. It's a freaking seesaw.
Proud of that. Proud of them for being there.
The part of me that bugs me the most, Tommy, too, after hearing things is he was told, he accepted it, right? He didn't try to appeal it, so obviously he knew. And then he just went in the locker room, cleaned out his locker, and left. Didn't talk to anybody. Like that to me is kind of where I'm just like, I kind of gave benefit of the doubt a little bit to him. You know what I mean? Just in the sense of it just seems to happen to the Latin American players and the Spanish players, right? So you just give them a little bit of benefit of the doubt, but then hearing that and kind of adding things all together, then you're just like, all right, cool. Thanks for screwing us over in May. Because you legit screwed us over.
Yep.
Because, Ryan, you're right. I didn't even think that number might be 3. Right? But now you're right. It's at minimum 2. And they have to be high leverage too.
Yeah. You're not getting a guy that's going to come in the 6th inning. You need a guy that's going to be there in the 8th. Like, you can piece together the 9th with, Strom or Romano at this point. But at this, realistically, you're probably looking for a closer.
Yeah.
You're probably looking for a closer. And obviously those guys aren't cheap. You're going to have to give up.
Who might be cheap? Who might be cheap, but he's a short drive down I-95.
I would love Felix Bautista.
He absolutely cannot find the strike zone right now. But
Gregory Soto.
But
Sir Anthony Dominguez.
While we're there, go bring him. We need 2 arms.
Give me all 3. Bring them all back. I would love Felix Bautista. I love him. He's awesome.
I do too. And I need a boost to my fantasy team. And he's killing me right now.
We're going to probably have to give up a prospect, right?
Well, regardless, you're going to have to do it anyway.
You don't. You have the pieces in house. You just don't. You're just too stuck in this missionary position. You have the pieces in house. You're just too scared to do it. You're too scared to flip her over and get creative. You put Ranger
in the bullpen.
You put Painter in the bullpen. You throw Ranger in the bullpen. You leave Taiwan. You bring up Mick, and you roll with that. Put Mick in the put Mick in the rotation, because come playoffs, Mick and probably Nola at this point aren't pitching.
They're not,
at least this year.
They're not
right. So
put a young arm like Painter in the pen. They're
not going to do it.
I know it's not. Why? What's the reasoning behind it?
Because
they want him to start. Period.
Yeah.
But you have a limited number of innings for him. So what better way to control those innings than throw him in the bullpen when he's only throwing once every 2-3 days?
And it's amazing how we cling on to Taiwan Walker just because we paid him all that money. We can't just eat it or dump him somewhere. I don't get it. Like Mick Abel just threw a freaking gem. You're not going to give the guy another shot. It's really
and they owed Taiwan this start today. They owed it to him.
What do we owe him? We've owed him 2 years of just mediocre to horrid.
He's still lucky he's getting a paycheck.
That's the only reason he's here is because he's getting a paycheck. I don't understand. Why would you not give Mick Abel? You gave him a spot start. He gave up 9 Ks and outdueled Skeens in a 1-0 gem. And that one guy had like a 12 pitch at bat against him. That's the only reason he didn't pitch the 7th.
Yeah, and I'm good. And I'm good in theory with the start. If Ranger doesn't get popped the morning before or the morning of, but once Ranger gets popped, all conventional thinking's got to go out the door. You got to fill a spot now. And Joe Ross and Jose Ruiz aren't those guys. And Orion Kirkering isn't that guy.
Yeah, we have 27 Connor Brogdons right now.
We have 1.5 reliable relievers right now.
Yeah.
And that's Strom and Romano.
Yep.
And Romano's ticking his way up to 3/4, maybe even to a full one with the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
he has been lights out.
I think he's probably at like a 0.9 right now. He's been fucking awesome. He's been awesome. He has really turned it around. You're in such a shitty position because the Phillies are not going to do. They're not going to do the Painter thing. They're not going to put you can put Taiwan Walker in there, which whatever. But again, he's not. Yeah, insane dunk. He's not a high leverage reliever. He's a guy who can come in if a guy goes 5 innings, give you 2 or 3, and then give it to the closer. But he's not a guy who's going to come in and pitch the 9th inning, right? Ranger could do it theoretically, but he's in the last year of his contract, so he's not going to want to. So what you might end up having to do is trading Ranger for bullpen help.
Yep.
Right? I think that's probably the most realistic thing you're going to do now. Unless you're going to trade Mick Abel for somebody really, really good. I think that's
the other option. Maybe Mick Abel was a showpiece on Sunday.
Yeah. I think because they're not going to trade Painter, they're not going to trade Aiden Miller, they're not going to trade Crawford. Those guys are not getting traded, right? They're going to do whatever they can to keep those 3 guys in. Everybody else is available. So I think Mick Abel is probably a guy where, hey, you're not going to be in our rotation. Let's trade you, get whatever bullpen piece you want, right? Because you have a guy that can slide into somebody's rotation right now. So
Yeah.
But if you trade Ranger, is that a little risky with Nola on the IL? How serious is the Nola injury?
and again, I don't think
He
you
stunk
signed
this year
Ranger
anyway.
Flores.
I
think
hear
you
you,
signed him.
I think
You-
I think the Ranger was. I mean, the Noel was more just.
You gotta get your head right, kid.
Yeah.
Gotta get your
More
head
mental.
right, kid.
Yeah.
That's the
Mental
phantom
rest,
IL
I
injury.
guess.
What does he have? Like a hamstring or some shit? I don't know.
It was an ankle, is what they said.
Ankle? Yeah, like all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I rolled my ankle walking up the stairs today. I'm all right.
Yeah, exactly. I get out of bed. Who's pitching the ninth is going to ruin this for me? Goddamn Carlos Hernandez.
He stinks.
3/4 of the
I need-
bullpen stinks. Everybody, they all stink.
I need 5 runs. I need a 5-run win.
Ball game.
Oh my god, yo, that was the best basketball game I've ever seen. Like,
that was top 10.
That and Game 7 of like the Cavs Warriors was the best basketball. That was one of the best basketball games I've ever seen.
That's awesome.
Martians think I'm having.
I'm already getting the
text.
text. Imagine if we traded for Halliburton and not Harden. I'm getting the text are
Yeah,
fired. I just got a text from my buddy.
Whoops.
He's like, imagine if we had Halliburton.
Whoops.
The guy went from the most overrated in the league to like everyone
Oh
loves him.
my
Yep.
god.
Nova Knicks down 0-1. Love to see it.
Wow, that was
No,
way
the
worse
craziest
than
part-
the choke we had there last year. Holy shit!
There was
dropped?
3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and the
Noah
Knicks were
dropped.
up 16. When I turned this game on, it was a 16-point game.
yeah, it was 16 points with like
3
six and a half. Yeah, so like was it 4? I think it was like
No, it was
6 and a
literally
half.
3 minutes. It was 3 minutes 40 seconds. That's when I turned it on. They were down
This
16.
is what Rick Carlisle is a god. He takes out Miles Turner, who had like 25 points in the end of the first half. He takes him out. I'm like, what the hell is this guy an idiot? They come all the way.
Carlisle and Naismith are so good together. It's so weird. Like Aaron Naismith they just run plays for him and he hits every time.
No. You got to be 6'10" to be good at basketball. Apparently, you have to.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. Everyone says that. It was more of an imagine. I'm not saying we should have. I'm not saying
I think
How
that
did it
was.
not happen?
I think that was definitely on the table for sure.
there was
At that
legitimacy to
time,
it.
yeah, because he wasn't on Indiana yet. He was on
He was on Sacramento.
So it was yeah, and they traded him. So I think it was definitely on the table for sure. And Ben Simmons at that time was like still, what could we squeeze out of him? Is there
Still had
anything
some
there?
value to him. Yeah.
Sacramento had like really nothing too exciting. Like
What a win. That ball bounced
that
a
was
mile in the air.
oh my god.
Like, dude, the shot that tied the game and sent it to overtime at the buzzer. Like
That
wait
was
till you look that up.
Kawhi. That was literally Kawhi. That was
That was worse.
unbelievable.
That was worse. Than
Yeah, it might have been worse. That went, dude. It went off my screen. Like
That
when
series
when
is
hit it,
over.
that game over.
That series is over.
Oh,
You like
my
Indiana?
God.
Now I do. You win a game
They're
like
up
that.
1-0. Yeah, now I
Well,
like it.
no. Not just being up 1-0. How they got up 1-0 from that shot, like getting him in the OT. That shot's a backbreaker. Because if you're the Knicks, you're like, did we just lose that game? Like if you're a Knicks fan, and then
They
you're going to think about
dominated
like,
that game.
yep, and you can't give away
Second
games.
half.
You can't give away games in the playoffs, period. But you sure as hell can't give them away on your home court in the Eastern Conference Final. I'll tell you that much.
Unbelievable.
So they
I'm
can
just
probably
happy
go
that
7,
Halliburton
but
recreating the choke. He recreated the Reggie Miller choke. I'm just happy that
I
won't be a
love
meme
it.
now. It'll
Love
be,
Yeah.
it so much. It's phenomenal.
I thought that was gonna go south so bad. Go to
Yeah,
I'm
overtime.
happy it's
and
not
just
to
get-
Knicks.
overtime, he was like
not
0 for 8.
Knicks Celtics. I'm just glad it's not Knicks Celtics in the finals because you can actually root for somebody besides the Knicks, right? That's why.
Yeah, I was listening to a radio station today, and one of the guys was rooting for the Knicks because they play hard. I'm like, no, screw you, dude. Absolutely not.
Pacers play harder. Knicks got way more
that
talent.
literally went off the screen. It literally went off the screen. You reacted, so I knew it went in. So when it bounced up, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I knew it was going down.
I know.
But I'm
That's
like,
why I stayed quiet the rest of the night because I didn't realize I was on a delay. I didn't realize I was
Yeah.
quicker. I just didn't. But like
Oh.
I wasn't gonna react at all. Like I was just like, yeah, game over, and it went in.
Yeah, there it is.
Carlos, come on.
He stinks, dude.
Wait, what are you watching?
The end of the Phillies game. They're up not the.
I need the Phillies to win by 5.
It's 9.
Oh, you had me thinking
now?
it was close. I was about to turn it
9-5.
off.
Yeah, I was about to
9-5.
flip
Yeah,
it
but
over.
I'm keep losing ladder rings every run they give up now. I mean, it was 9-2 or 9-3 before the inning started.
Everything's close at Coors Field, though.
Yeah.
It's probably the one place that no game's over.
Dude, I love Aaron Naismith. Like, he had 30 tonight.
Yeah. All right. But you have to be 6'10". Apparently, if you're 6'10", you're automatically good at basketball. Like, that's it. It's undisputed that you're good at basketball because you're 6'10".
Yeah, all right.
Nothing else matters.
We're gonna start having this conversation now. Can't wait.
I mean, I'm just saying, now that we're talking about 6'5" guys that are like playing deep in the postseason, but we need to be the team that needs to get 6'10" guys because, I mean, come on.
I can't believe that we salivate over 18-year-olds that have never played a game in the NBA, and we prioritize these guys.
I thought we were going to be in complete agreement.
That's just what it is. I mean,
no.
That's what it comes out in the NBA.
They have to take somebody.
They're 18. That's the only option we have right now.
Yeah, you can't trade for Kevin Durant. That would be totally
God
idiotic.
no. God no.
That would be totally idiotic.
I'm the only one.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I told you I'm blocking you from my DMs today after today's little escapade you went on.
I'm letting all of you go and throw at me that I'm an idiot, and I just want 1 minute of myself.
Of course. We'll give you 1 minute all night to yourself. All right, babe? We'll give you all the time in the world for you. All right. But what I'm going to tell you before you get your hands on you is I'm going to tell you that you don't do that deal ever. Yeah. Now there was a deal a buddy sent to me last night that I'm still out on, but it's more of a deal where it was Durant, marketing, right? It was a 3-team trade. So you get Durant, marketing, and the 5 pick but then you had to move on from Maxey. I think Maxey, George, and the 3. And I was like, no, like not doing that. But then I saw but I didn't see the 5 pick, and I'm like, all right, I didn't see the 5 pick, but I'm still not doing that. No. Right? I'm still not doing it. The Durant thing's that you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Because that is a guy I don't care about the year left on the deal. I don't care about Paul George's contract. You can care about that. I'm not going to care about it right now. I'm going to care about taking a guy that I hopefully can be the guy for the next 10 years. And so am I a guy that falls in love with 18-year-olds? No, I'm not. I'm the guy that will take proven talent any day of the week. But not proven talent that's 35 years old, is not the same player he was when he was 28, and is not going to change our franchise for 1 year. It's another Band-Aid. Oh, if. No, I want to have the foot in like you claim and the foot out. That's what I want for this year. I want the ability for both at the same time, because we're the only team in the NBA that's actually is an ability of both. Where now maybe you can say the Spurs are, right?
Houston maybe.
Right, but 10. Not many teams are like, oh well, you're still in the lottery.
Yeah.
But you still have 3 max players. Right? I don't know. Like, you got to take your chances. You got to hope you hit. I know Durant's the hit, air quote, in your eyes.
He was a hit 5 years ago.
But it's
a hit
stupid.
now.
You know, he's not a hit now.
He's not a hit now.
If he's Mr. Hit, then why is he hit Phoenix? Why was he?
Why did Phoenix be terrible?
He's going to average
first
25.
ballot Hall of Famer.
He's a hit.
Oh, there's no question. I'm not talking about the past.
No question about it. I don't need a 37-year-old Kevin Durant on my team this year. I don't need.
I already got Paul George.
Yeah,
I mean, let's not pretend like
if I'm trying to get out of Paul George, I'm not bringing in another Paul George.
Yes, you are, because you're bringing him in. He's got 1 year left on his deal. Tom says he doesn't care about it. I tend to care about it. He's got 1 year left on his deal.
Cool.
Which means it's a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid, like Tom said.
You don't have any player.
That's fine. You have way more flexibility. You sacrificed Ace Bailey, who we're salivating over. We've never seen him play an NBA game. We're obsessing over this guy like he's going to be the next LeBron. Okay, he's not.
Well,
how many Rutgers games have you sat down and watched? 0.
I watched a lot of Rutgers.
I'm putting money on. Yeah, Greg
I watched a lot of
went
Rutgers
on it, and Luke probably tickled it. But 20% of them, not even 15% of America watch Rutgers games. Like, no one's watching that. Like, and you're nuts if we don't take this guy, which I think is a joke. So
yeah, I agree with that.
we're obsessing over this guy that's never played an NBA game. All I'm saying is the best Band-Aid possible.
Cooper Flag hasn't played an NBA game.
Correct.
Like, we can stop that part of it, right? Like
100%.
You don't like Ace Bailey, that's fine, right? You don't have to like Ace Bailey, but stop with everybody in the NBA draft hasn't played an NBA game because no one of them.
No, I know. Exactly. But for a fan base that has watched and seen so many failed draft picks, to be obsessed with not trading a pick is crazy to me. Now, am I trading the 3 for marketing? No. I love marketing, but I don't want the whole reason of trading the 3 is to get off Paul George. Now your Band-Aid that comes in is Kevin Durant. Yeah, sounds pretty nice in an East that has no Damian. Just give me 1 minute. We have no Damian Lillard. We have no Jason Tatum. Boston's blowing up. Knicks and Pacers are having a little Cinderella run right now. The Knicks are not deep. They're 6 or better. The Pacers have a bunch of hardworking guys. It's really it. I mean, Halliburton's nice. But the East is wide open next year. So if Joel Embiid is here and the plan is to win with Joel Embiid, you're getting off a guy who's 30 and never been the same, 35 plus, and Paul George. Correct. You're getting off of George, and you're getting a 1-year Band-Aid with Kevin Durant. Here, go for it. Maxey, Embiid, Durant. Go for it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't blow up in your face. Durant walks, and now you have flexibility and a half for the future. And all you missed out on is Ace Bailey, who's not going to hit his prime for another.
You're just claiming it's Ace Bailey, babe. Like, that's the point you're making, that you've lost
me anybody. On. They won't hit their prime for 8 years.
It's not anybody.
26.
Because then if it doesn't work out, it is. No. I gave you the minute. Now I'm going to tell you, if it doesn't work out, it is egg on your face. You can't act like that's not egg on your face by trading the 3 pick and getting Durant and it doesn't work out for you. That is egg on your face. So that isn't, the best of both worlds. Like, I'm a cake and eat it too here. That is big time. That's even bigger egg if the 3 doesn't hit. Because now you have nothing.
But it's not big time for 8 years. He's not going to be 18 running the
NBA.
No,
that's not true. Jason Tatum was in the conference finals. He was 19. I mean, these guys pop off.
Tatum is
nowadays.
Tatum went to Duke. He's
John Morant took a team with the second pick to the playoffs the next season. I mean, they can be
VJ Edgecombe or Ace Bailey.
VJ
we're acting like these guys
no
are
doubt.
LeBron.
No, we're not. We're not. I do think that the Ace Bailey people out there need to
1,000 Ace Baileys on the street
down. Right, they need to calm down and really watch a damn basketball
1,000.
game. Yeah, like we calm
and there'll be
down.
1,000 more in the draft next year. It's the 3 pick. It's not like it's Cooper Flag we're talking about. Like, it's not like the number one consensus. You have to do it.
You can't make a trade to get off Paul George because you still have Joel Embiid's contract, and that's going to hinder you for the next 6 years regardless. So you might as well eat Paul George while you're at it. It's the same thing. And to me, like, Paul George's contract, you could really make the case is not even close to as bad as Joel Embiid's, because Joel Embiid has year in, year out history of not playing, and he's only getting older, and it's down, I think, 5 years down the line. So getting off Paul George and then getting off of then Kevin Durant doesn't do you any good, because you still have Joel Embiid making $50-60 million for the next 5 years anyway. So you still don't have shit. They need to draft somebody, and they need to draft somebody with the most potential. And they need to draft somebody that they're confident in. I said something last week about Ace Bailey having it be like a perfect fit. I thought about it a lot, and I really don't know if that's true, because there's such a sense of urgency, maybe not within the team, but within the fan base, that they feel that this number 3 pick needs to save us, right? That's what we all feel like. And that should not be the case, because that's not the reality of the situation. But Ace Bailey's a projection-based player. You have to devote everything in your developmental system to get him great down the line. Like, I think he's a guy where you can say, yeah, he's good 5 years down the line. I think he's good with that. But we have such an impatient fan base. He's the highest ceiling player, so you can look at it there. But to me, I look at a guy who is, talk about doesn't get open shots. I like to look at one stat that is stagnant throughout all of basketball: free throw. He's a 69% free throw shooter. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, that is something that follows you all throughout your career in basketball. And if you want to look at VJ Edgecombe, he's an 80% free throw shooter. He's by far, and it's not even debate, it's not even close, the best athlete in the draft. And you can 6'10" me to death. I don't give a shit if he's barefoot, if he's wearing shoes, or sandals. It doesn't matter how tall the guy is. He's not a better athlete than VJ Edgecombe. So then you can, and then people are like, oh, you need these guys to rebound and do all this. How about you, instead of keeping your eyes on a tape measure, let's watch who's playing basketball right now. Let's actually watch basketball and not a damn tape measure. And if you do want to watch a tape measure, I'll tell you, VJ Edgecombe is the highest vertical in the entire draft. The entire draft. So you want to talk athletes? The Thunder had guys that were 6'3", 6'5", 6'2" on the court at the same time last night. They're the favorite to win the final. So it doesn't matter if you're 6'10", it doesn't matter if you're 6'9", none of that matters. He's the best athlete in the class, and he is the most to project off of right now. Right now. He had no talent, 0 on the team with him. 0 NBA players with him on that team in Baylor. In the second best conference by a wide margin in the sport. Still made the tournament, won a tournament game, and played that Duke team not close, but as well as they could have. And he was damn good in that game with pro players all across the court. So I'm just telling you, for all these people that are like Ace Bailey or nothing, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you look at 6'10" and you just assume he's Kevin Durant. It doesn't make any sense. Like, and again, if they pick Ace Bailey, we all have to buy in to the project that we hope he'll turn into. I just don't know if this is the right fit. I just don't think so. He's not going to be able to grow into himself with all these guys on the team. And I also just think there's such an impatience within all of us right now to get someone who's great right out the gate. And then we got Pump is in the chat. He's too short. It's that simple. They had a lineup with 3 guards on the court that went plus 20 last night in that game that are all athletic and can jump out the gym. He's a better rebounder, better perimeter defender, better shot blocker than him, and he's 4 inches smaller.
You know my thoughts on it.
So I just think
it's going to be Harper at 3. Fan, so I don't know what we're all worried about. It's going to be Harper at 3.
Fan in general is the definition.
The Spurs are going to take Ace Bailey. The Spurs are going to take Ace Bailey.
We're talking about hitting on a draft pick, which we just don't. We just never do.
That's factually wrong.
True though.
That's factually wrong with Daryl Morey.
Not Daryl Morey. Not Daryl Morey.
Factually wrong with Daryl Morey.
Yeah, now you're just spitting bullshit.
No, listen. Right? All I'm saying is
it's not that side. It's hurt.
But it's not all you're saying.
You guys never let me. I'm just in.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Finish.
As a Sixers fan,
I'll off camera for you to finish.
Good. As a Sixers fan, we pray that Joel Embiid will be healthy. He never is. It's insanity. It's the definition of insanity. Every single year, it's like, well, we can contend if he's healthy. Never happens. He dropped 50 with a paralyzed face. He's still great, but guess what? Wasn't enough. He literally is never healthy. So every year we trick
so you have to use the third pick. You can't trade it.
And then we have to use the pick, and then we'll use the pick, and it'll flop. Like Maurice hit on Maxey and who? Isaiah Joe. Who else
Isaiah Joe, Paul Reedy hit on was a 70th pick in the draft.
Stop.
Yeah, but all those guys stink.
He hit on McCain so far.
He hit on McCain. Yeah. He's hit on every first round.
I mean, but you got to remember though too, like Maxey and McCain weren't top 3 picks. So you're hitting on what? McCain was 14, Maxey was 22.
Oh, exactly.
Like
diamonds in the rough.
You're hitting on guys that you don't.
I'm talking about
you don't always hit.
Lottery. We got Embiid for the last decade, and who else? I can't even think. Who have we drafted in the top 3 that's any good?
It's Darryl. He's 1 miss in Springer. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think being a Sixers fan is the definition of insanity. That's all I'm getting to. We're still talking about draft picks, and we're still talking about if Embiid's healthy. Just get him out of here.
100%.
He's really the common denominator. He just needs to go. It's just. And then he'll suck me back in.
You might need to go. You might need to go because you're all over the map. You're all over the map. You don't know what you want.
That's what they do.
This team's got you. You don't know what you want. You wanted KD with Embiid. Now you want Embiid gone.
That's what I'm saying. They need to figure out what they're doing. If the plan is to win with Embiid, an 18-year-old's not helping. It's not helping.
I disagree with that.
But if you get the right 8, but
if you get the right one, no, you're correct.
Everybody in the draft is 18.
I get that. I'm saying if you get the right one. If you get the right one, then yes, it can help you in a couple years. It doesn't help you win a championship this year.
Why can't it help you right now?
Mike, Dylan Harper
whoever we draft is going to play 30 plus minutes.
Hey, Mike.
What rookie right now is hooping?
Just about everyone.
Hey, Mike.
No, I'm saying in the playoffs, still playing.
There's only
who?
4 teams left.
Exactly. I don't want to be one of those 4 teams. I don't care about an Ace Bailey 20-point explosion in round one against the Wizards.
Now I'm gonna get a minute. I'm gonna get a minute, real quick, right? I gotta get this out. Because it's gonna get forgotten. Okay, you can't say that it can't help a team right now that has a chance to win. You can't tell me that Dylan Harper or VJ don't bring something to the table that can contribute to this team winning right now. When you watch Jared McCain as the 14th pick last year come in and contribute before he got hurt. And contribute in a pretty big way. So I don't want to hear that part of it.
In a big way. We were 2-12. What did he contribute?
To him. He
scored.
Okay.
Like,
isn't that the option of isn't that the objective of basketball there? Buckets is to score.
Buckets. Yeah. Just
I hear you.
I'm just saying that he showed he could be productive. Like he showed he could be productive year one as a rookie. And that's the 12th or 14th pick. So I would expect at 3, I get somebody that can come in and contribute 20, 25 minutes a game per se, right? I'm not putting the weight of the world on their shoulders because I do have Tyrese Maxey. I do have Paul George. I do have Joel Embiid for right now, right? I do, or at least George and Maxey to start the year, right? So I don't need to put it all on him. I got McCain. I got other guys. But he just got to come in and develop and get better and get ready for NBA life, right? But come on, I think you're expecting the guy. I was saying like I'm not expecting somebody to come in and average 25 a night as a rookie. I'm not asking for that. But why can't a legit rookie come in and average 14? That doesn't help.
I just don't think it's a guy. If we had the number 1 pick, it's a whole different conversation. I just think like the tanking's going nowhere. Like you can get the 3rd pick again. We've had it so many times. Like it's not. It was a rarity this year, and we held our breath, thank God, because we were top 6 protected. So
I hear you. I mean, it's kind of Cooper Flag and everybody else, but
like if you're talking about a guy scoring 25 a night, you could do that. You could trade. I just don't know where we're at as an organization. It's like if plans to win with Embiid, get him a guy ready to win now. Embiid's not going to be ready to win in 3 years, 4 years. Like
right. So why do you want to trade for Kevin Durant though? What's that going to do? That's not going to do shit.
It gets you off George. It gives you flexibility.
Yeah, but that doesn't do anything for you in the long run. You still have no money because you still have Embiid under contract. They're over the tax. So all that would really do is get you barely beneath it to where you could sign like a tax mid-level guy like Yabu, and then it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't do shit. Getting off of Paul George doesn't do anything for you. Now, if you get off Paul George and Embiid, maybe, but that's impossible. So that's not going to happen.
Can't do it. Look,
so you might.
The difference between like us drafting at 3 and like the Wizards drafting at 3 is that you're getting a guy that doesn't have to go out there and play 30 minutes a night and give you 30 and 10, right? You can plug this guy in who was a really, really, really good college player, whoever you end up drafting, and you put him next to guys like Maxey and other all-pros previously I know they're old and they have injury problems, in Embiid and Paul George. You don't necessarily have to do anything different, right? You add somebody else in there who can give you a little bit more of a spark, who is a guaranteed, again, not a can't miss, but a guy who has the talent that can be on your roster for the next 10 years, right? Otherwise, like I would love to get off of Paul George. I don't want Paul George on this team, but you're stuck with him at this point unless you're giving up draft picks, which I just don't want to do, right? So what you need to do is you find the guy that you think is going to contribute the most in what you have now and have him be able to be there next to Tyrese Maxey for the next 10 years. That's what you're looking for. And whoever the hell that is.
The reason it doesn't sound appealing is because you want to win a championship. The whole process started 10 years ago. So does it win you a championship
by drafting somebody? One player changes an organization.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying in the short term, it's frustrating. You waited a decade in this process. It's been 10 years.
Okay,
and we're talking about. All right, well, he's still here. Like he is the product.
Okay, if he's healthy, then great. Then he's still here, right? But we're rebuilding around Tyrese Maxey, like I said to you, like months and months and months ago. Right,
but a rebuild would be to clean house. We're not doing that. That's what's driving me.
This isn't other sports. It's not that simple.
I just gave you a way you can get off one of them.
No, you gave me a moronic way. You gave me an asinine way to get ass raped behind a dumpster in a dark alley. Okay, that's what you gave me. That's what you came up in here at 11 o'clock at night and started rambling on about actually with a straight face trading the 3 pick and Paul George to get Kevin Durant. That's what you said.
If you could somehow get like the 5
you don't
pick
trust
in that
Embiid.
too, if you could somehow get the 5 pick in that too, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Sure.
Right, but you're not getting that. I would give up like a 28 first round pick to get off the Paul George contract and then take Kevin Durant back.
Not the Clippers one, though.
Again, a random draft pick in the future. I'll give up that. I'm not giving up the number 3 pick unless I'm getting another top 5 pick and a player. It's not happening.
These Ace Bailey people are unbelievable because he's got to be the best player of all time. I like VJ Edgecombe, and to me, it's between him and Ace Bailey. If it were me, I would pick VJ Edgecombe. If I'm watching the draft in a month from now and they pick Ace Bailey, I'm not throwing shit at my TV. I'm telling you the other side because Bailey is a guy. It is insane. And
I'm an ace guy, right? Like I'm an ace guy in the pick, but like I'm level-headed, but it's wild.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the most polarizing prospect in the draft. And it's not just here in Philadelphia. It's scouts, everyone. The most polarizing prospect in the draft.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Given the history that we all claim we know so well, do you really think, given the current state of this team, with the uncertainty all around, that uncertain prospect, the most polarizing prospect in the entire draft, is going to come here and really work out? Given the state of this organization.
The organization, the fan base.
And if we're talking, and if you want to talk basketball, with me, I'm cool with doing that too. Again, take your eyes off a tape measure and start watching the damn game, because he's not as nearly as good a defender as him. He's as equal as a shot maker as him. Off the dribble is a different conversation, of course. But if you're talking catch and shoot, if you're talking all that kind of stuff, defensively, if you're talking athlete, if you're talking about the level of competition in which he played and how successful and how many games that he won, and the best defender that you're going to get day one, and the benefit that he's going to have from NBA spacing, the drive, it's absurd, the upside that this guy has. And it's like, no, you can't think that way because one guy's 6'10 and the other guy's 6'5. When I watched the team last night in Oklahoma City, had 4 6'5 guys on the court and below at the same exact time, and they ran the other team off the court. This team tonight had 140 points in a playoff game. That's what they do now. They're running up the score. They're running up and down the court. And guess who's not going to be able to keep up? A bunch of 6'10 guys. And like, I just don't understand. I don't get it.
George and Embiid.
That doesn't mean I hate Ace Bailey, and that doesn't mean I don't want him. That doesn't mean I'll be mad if they pick him. But can we see the other side? Oh my God, these Ace Bailey guys are ridiculous. It's Ben Simmons all over again with this guy in terms of the defenders.
San Antonio. I'm going to keep saying that. He's not going to get past San Antonio.
No way.
If he's as polarizing as you claim he is to the masses and NBA scouts, he's not getting past San Antonio because they can swing and miss. They're in their spot right now. They can almost swing and miss and still be okay.
Yeah, no. I mean polarizing to where everyone in the NBA thinks that Dylan Harper's a better prospect. He's polarizing because they don't know if he's going to be as good as Dylan Harper or if he's going to absolutely bust. That's what I mean by polarizing. So, like, Dylan Harper's not going to slide past 2. Whether they pick him or whether they trade it to someone else, I think that's the more likely scenario for them if they want to win now. I think they're going to trade it and then said team's going to pick Harper. So that leaves you a VJ and Ace. And if you want to have that conversation, I think it's definitely a conversation. And any educated person you talk to, whether it's scout, coach, or whoever around the NBA, they're going to have the conversation. But on Twitter, if you say Ace Bailey stinks, or if you say, not even that, because that's not even what I'm saying or even remotely close to what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's a conversation between the two players. And it's like you're attacking the guy's character. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I
the one
Trey.
thing that Pumper said that I
Trey
agree
too.
with is that we have a lazy and slow post up big and Embiid, so we can't be like the Thunder, the Cavs, the Pacers, the Knicks. They all run. They get out and run.
So when the guy in the draft can run, just because you have a slow guy like Embiid means you can't take the fast, most athletic guy in the draft. That makes sense. I got it.
I just watched
because
Obi
in the
Toppin
NBA
win a conference finals game.
I watched Tyrese Maxey running up and down the court all night. He's the fastest dude on the floor.
Yeah,
I
no,
would love
that's
him and
good.
BJ.
Come on.
I would love him and BJ to get up and down together.
Yeah, it'd
'Cause
be
that would
fucking awesome.
You
Let's
want
do that
exciting
shit.
basketball buckets? You want exciting basketball? You want up and down? I don't care if Embiid's not even up the court yet. If I'm getting an easy two, right?
Yeah.
With those two flying
Saves his
around
steps.
together, that is dangerous. I'm telling you. That's why I'm in the conversation for the other guard. Like I don't even give a shit. I've done the big man game. I've done the 6'10" and above game on every pick. I feel like on every pick since Allen, I worried about fucking size. Well, guess what? I'm going back to AI years. I'm going for guards. All right. And if they're 6'6", 6'7" guards, even better. Right. So if Harper's there or VJ's there, if one of those two are there, I'm good. I'm good. I'm even good with Trey Johnson because he can score. Right. He's a scorer. I can hopefully get you to play better defense. But if you come in as a scorer already, that's fun. So there's options. It's not like we don't know which one of them is going to be the best. Nobody does. Right. But at least there's options and there's things to sell us on as a fan base. That's all I want is hope. So at this point, we can talk about what happened in the past, or we can just look to try to get better because we are lucky, like Julian saying. We could have not had this pick, right? But we do. So let's just hope we get it right. That's all we can hope for. I don't really want Ace Bailey. I don't project him like everybody else does. Right? I don't think he's even a lottery pick. That's just me. That's just me.
Well, no. That's what's sad is because there's actually more people that don't believe in him than they do. But the people that do believe in him are so loud about it that it's like if you don't, you're an idiot. It doesn't.
Those same people did
it.
not watch a single Rutgers game. I promise.
And
They're
no,
just
but what they
watching Twitter
did was
highlights.
they turn on the highlight tape and they're like, "Wow, this guy could be a great NBA player." And you're totally right. He could be a great NBA player. That is projection based. But when you look at VJ Edgecombe, he is an NBA athlete tomorrow. You could drop him on an NBA. Yeah, exactly.
What did I say last week?
Hey, you want to talk about the Thunder? We don't even have to talk about the Thunder. Let's talk about the other team that won their conference finals game. Let's talk about that team. They have Nesmith, Nembhard, and Halliburton on the court at the same time, flying up and down the court. Yeah, they have guys flying up and down the court that are 6'5" and below. But no, we're obsessed with a guy because he's 6'10", and that's it.
When you turn on,
I guarantee you, Pump, the only reason he wants him is he's 6'10". That's all he's got.
Well, Pump, I'll tell you this with your super chat too, okay? Because like Luke's already hit on it that he's arguably the best athlete in the draft if he's not, okay? And come on, man, you just got to turn on the tape. And I said it last week. His energy can't be taught. Like his natural, just defensive energy, etc. Like there's a lot bottled up there that can really get released. There's a lot more in the tank. Like he's not a great shooter, but he's not a bad shooter. And like the free throw percentage sort of tells you that he is a good shooter, right? So, right, that he can shoot. Right. So when you, what'd you say?
I mean, these comments again, the comments. Stop watching the tape measure and watch a damn basketball game because both of those things you just said right there are completely untrue. He's not a better shot blocker and he's not a better rebounder for his size. Absolutely not. In fact,
I was out on Rutgers when you told me two Rutgers guys were going in the top 5. Pump, I'm out on Rutgers right there because how are you not winning more games then? If they're two generational talents, you're running in the wins. I don't care about the rest of the roster. I don't, because the five guys play, right? So you're 2/5 of the starting lineup. If you're that generational, you're both dropping 30 a night. Then you're carrying. Now I get it. There's other factors, right? I get it.
Here, let me answer that a little bit. Both of them had some injury bugaboos this season, and at times Ace Bailey checked out a little bit. So it was a little bit of an effort problem.
Good. I don't need effort problems when I already have enough of that.
Yep. So I was listening.
Just sad where we are.
Give me VJ. Give me Trey. Give me Dylan Harper. Give me anybody but Ace Bailey. I've never been more serious. Like, I'll even sell me on one Rutgers guy.
Wait, I'd love to know what lie I'd love to know what lie I just told, because I didn't just watch the highlights. I actually went back and watched the entire. They were running it again. I watched the entire Duke versus Baylor tournament game, and there are 4 NBA guys on that entire court, and he jumps off your screen as one of them. He is the best defender in the outside of Cooper Flagg. We're basing everything outside of Cooper Flagg. He's the best at everything. So exclude Cooper Flagg. He's the best defender in the draft. He is the best athlete in the draft, and it's not even debatable. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. And I love Ace Bailey's a project. He's a project. And you want to 6'10" me to death. Again, if you want to spend any time covering the draft or projecting what these guys are going to be, the one problem that everyone has with Ace Bailey is his buy-in on the little things. And what is that guy going to be asked to do when everyone's healthy on the court? Rebound, play defense, make open shots. Those are the 3 biggest questions with Ace Bailey day one. How do you think that polarizing prospect is going to work here in that scenario where all
free
those
throws
3
too.
questions, those 3 questions are going to show
in
up?
the fourth quarter.
Well, listen, in terms of your 3, his butthole is going to be that big too. All right. Okay. So when you're not talented, I'm just telling you, Buckets, right? When you're not talented enough and you're playing in a city like this, and there's a lot of expectations right off the jump, giddy up. That's a tough ride. That's why this isn't a project pick, right? That's the other side of this. This is best player available. This is no. I'm gonna go ceiling talk. I don't. You could drop your ceiling right on your head with the ceiling talk.
You want to bring in someone that can contribute right away. Period.
That can
Kevin
get better
Durant.
too.
Yeah,
They can get better too, though. But that isn't this big project. Like, I'm not going big project ceiling. Like, I don't care what you have the potential to maybe be 7 years from now. I still need a guy who can come in and play right now and get better as we go and learn and grow, but still have an impact and have his fingerprints on games in year 1, year 2, and even more into year 3, right? That's what you're looking for. Max had the ability to come in and play essentially right away. There's guys that show it, that they can do it. So it's not this like foreign thing when you have, hypothetically, in this situation, Maxey, George, and Embiid. I mean, goodness gracious, you let these other guys you get a great athlete or a great scorer, you just let them go do what they do.
Right. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
I want to draft this project.
And we're also talking about
still
people
feel
also
bad
act
for
like
Maxey.
VJ Edgecombe just appeared right now and he's out of nowhere. VJ Edgecombe was the number 5 recruit in the entire country. He got offers from Duke, St. John's, national champion Florida, everywhere in the country. He went to Baylor. And again, there is not a single NBA player now, next year, the year after that, on that entire roster in the second best conference by a wide margin in college basketball. He took him to the tournament, won a ton of conference games by himself, and then won a tournament game, played Duke. I'm just saying. And you want to talk about who's the number 1 recruit. That's all based off projection. So I'm going based off what you guys want to look at, because you want to look at, he's the number 2 recruit, and now we have the number 3 pick in the draft, and he's on Rutgers, and look at all this projection. So I'm playing the projection game with you. Number 5, number 2 in a high school ranking. What is that difference? Come on.
The other guy can't score on his own. So, I mean, guys, go to bed. All right, because Ace Bailey can't create his own shot. So if you can't create your own shot, now I gotta teach you how to dribble. Grow up. All right, grow up. I don't even want to. I ain't gonna say anything.
I understand he was a number 2 recruit. I get that.
On this team,
it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit if he was a number 2 recruit? This guy was a number 5 recruit. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying people act like this guy's, now he's climbing up draft boards. Like, no, he's been a great player his whole life. He's been seen as a top 5 talent.
Oh my.
Pump, he can dribble.
This guy's retarded, man.
Problem is with Embiid,
There is restrictions to VJ's offensive game.
No
I mean,
doubt.
I mean, we're both talking about two flawed prospects at this point.
No
it's just
doubt.
which flaw do you prefer? Right? I'd rather take the shooter, whatever size he is, and the guy that we don't even need him to make his own shot right now in this roster. Right? I just want him to stand on the outside if that's the pick. Right? Or if VJ comes in, then yeah, he's going to get buckets in transition. But again, he's not going to have to create his own shot because I don't know that he can right now in the NBA. But he is athletic, right? So do you want the athletic guard to add to the stable of good guards that you have? Or do you want the average size? Because, yeah, he's not 6'10 anymore, but whatever it is. Do you want the average size guy that has a high that can stroke the ball at a high volume?
The reason I like
none
VJ,
of those guys entice you. Trade down to 6 and take a nipple.
We're a half-court. We're a half-court
he's
team in a league full of transition. So that's the only reason I can get behind VJ instead of Bailey, because we're just a half-court team with Embiid, and the entire league runs in transition. It feels like, and the only one that does for us is Max. Maxie goes 1-on-5.
Well, buckets
except for
because Embiid won't even stay on the court.
Except for this game, though, like most of the games in the playoffs slow down. I mean, when both teams are putting up 150, it's a tough night to say, hey, the playoffs slow down. But they also went to overtime, too. Right? So,
I feel like every good team,
look at the Oklahoma.
I'm sorry. The Nuggets won a ring with an 8 seed Miami Heat team they went against. So besides the Nuggets, I feel like every team just runs. Like every successful team, like the Warriors, they get out.
Yeah, they took OKC to 7.
Get out and run.
They took OKC to 7.
Oh yeah,
and we're in that series, and a ball bounces another way, they win that series.
Right, with the exception of Nuggets. That's all I'm saying, because Jokic is as good as he is, and if Embiid could stay healthy, he would be on the same tier. But it's just, I don't know. Every other team runs, and I feel like we just don't. We're just a half-court based offense.
I told you who else you could take.
Timberwolves run, like everyone runs.
Maluach or Trey Johnson.
You want a flat out scorer.
Trey Johnson, since all these guys get hard over measurements, he actually did very well in that capacity. So people are projecting him to be like a better defender than he was in college, but I don't know. I think it's too much of a risk right now for us.
And when you're a traffic cone, you're not going to get the will in the NBA. Someone doesn't just find the will to play defense, right? Tommy, we talk about that all the time, right? Defense is just will and want to. Well, he can score the basketball, sure. If you want Trey, then trade back to 5, right? Trade back to 6.
Guys were running NBA offenses against Texas because they would just draw a screen, wait for him to get out there, and just go downhill. It was amazing. No college team does that.
Yeah, I don't think that's as big of a risk of guys who can't fucking dribble, though. So that's where that's where I'm going.
Well, I think VJ can dribble.
He can't dribble, though.
VJ can dribble. He can't shoot off the dribble. That's where he needs. And if he develops that, that's where I don't understand these Ace Bailey people, because.
Are you saying Ace can't dribble, Tommy?
I'm saying guys have trouble dribbling and to create their own shot, and that's always a concern of mine.
Right.
Okay, because I feel like that's a skill set you either just like sort of have, or maybe you don't. But I don't necessarily believe it. Like if you're 18 and you can't do it, that's concerning to me, because then you're just a great
you got to be
athlete,
able to catch grenades,
right? So it's just it's worrisome. Dribbling's always like a 1-2 thing too. You understand?
I hear you. But we talked about this organization, the Sixers, have one of the best development stats around.
Yeah, so
right. Siakam couldn't dribble, if I remember, coming out, right?
And McCain too. McCain showed flashes of it, but was not even close.
Yeah, McCain
wasn't showed his rookie year, but
wasn't close to being a point guard.
A lot better than VJ.
Duke. Yeah,
a lot better than VJ, obviously, but not seen as like a strength to his game.
Pumper. I will agree. VJ's jumper, dude. I'm telling you, he reminds me of Paul Reed. It's my only issue with him. For some reason, I can't get the poor man's Paul Reed out of my head.
Could I just say it again, though? If you want the guy who can project to drop you 30 a night, That's what I'm talking about. Everybody has a flaw, right? I mean, outside of Cooper Flag, right? Everybody has their flaws or whatever.
We know his flaw.
So,
Yeah,
right, so
watch
when you
Cooper Flag just stink too. I can't wait. It's so funny.
So my point is, if everybody has a flaw, then go get me a walking bucket. Go get me the guy that has the ability to score at a high clip. And I hope with maturity comes defense and understanding that it's important at this level. Because I think you can make a case for a lot of 18-year-olds at the college level that might not play a whole hell of a lot of defense either.
Right, but I worry about that kind of player walking into this team and not getting that opportunity and just not being able to develop. Because that kind of player right now, like an Ace Bailey and like a Trey Johnson, for the first at least 2 years, it looks like right now, we're going to have to be like, in order for me to play 25 minutes, in order for me to start, I have to make open shots, I have to play defense, and I have to contribute to rebounding. And I think with those two guys, those are literally the three biggest questions with those two guys.
Yeah, but
so I don't know.
I'll take the scoring over if they both have like similar question marks, right? With those things, I'll take the guy who can score at a higher clip.
Oh, so you're saying Trey over Ace?
Yeah, I'll just take the guy who can score at a high clip over the project. I'll take the defensive lapses, right, which I'm not a fan of, but I'll take that knowing I got a guy who can score and create his own shot and do the things I need from great guard play. And then hope as maturity comes, defense comes. Like you said, Luke, hey, you're getting 25 minutes a night. You better hit open jumpers, which we believe he will. Create your own shot, but you got to play defense too. And I think coming to more of a veteran team actually can make a guy play more defense than if you were going to a team that just automatically stunk. You're the shiny toy now. Now you can get away with that shit. Where here, I don't know if you can get away with it right away. So it might create a little bit more of a want-to. Will he ever be a great defender? I don't know. Probably not, right? But can he be good enough? And if you're dropping 28 a night, I just need you to be good.
Well, and to Pump's point, Ace has a skill that can translate a pro mid-range game. Which
No
I
doubt.
agree with.
That's why he's definitely being
the issue is
a three. No doubt.
But is that even a fit? And you have Embiid in the mid-range. You have George in the mid-range.
So how is that player developing how is this player going to work out? Whereas if you look at Charlotte, I kind of did a 180 because last week I said the exact opposite, but I kind of thought about it. I feel like if he goes to a team like Charlotte, he might not look great right out the gate, but he can learn a lot and shoot a lot and not play under so much pressure. Like whoever walks in day one is going to be playing under a ton of pressure. And I think VJ is catered to it perfectly right out the gate. Play defense, hit open jumpers, which is not a strength of his game, but I think he can make them at a level that like Caruso makes them, which is more than playable. So at that point, he's a contributing NBA player right out the gate. And he's a crazy athlete that'll fly up and down the court with Maxey, I think, perfectly. Tyrese Maxey is going to love playing with VJ. Love it. That is fit like a glove.
You know, some guys are just smooth and they can get their shot off versus anybody.
Kevin Durant.
That's Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson can get his shot off.
Yeah,
in any situation, you're the best. You're the best. I'm not even responding to it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep going. But he's that guy in this draft that you can say is instant offense to a team that can use it. And you want to talk about fit, need, and all that. Like that's also another one. And I know they all have their fits, right? So I'm just giving other names because I feel like we talk about too many of the same names. When I do believe there's other guys in this draft that can flat out play too, and they just get overlooked by maybe another guy's metrics or projections. Like I don't know, this is like a guards who can drop 30 a night. Like when you look at Shea, is Shea the quickest guy on the court, or can Shea just get to his spots? He knows how to get to his spots and get his shots, right? And I'm not comparing Trey Johnson to SGA, right? I'm just making the point is that is a guard who can create in any situation. And we also talk about skill sets that translate. I think speed is one that automatically comes to the NBA game from college, right? We can all agree with that one. Defense, obviously, okay? But the bigger thing that usually always translates is that ability to just be a scorer. Like if you can create and you don't need somebody else to create for you, that skill set usually translates into a bucket.
Best conference in basketball.
Which one?
SEC. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't scoring against Jabrones. I'm watching him play Tennessee and getting whatever bucket he wants, whenever he wants. Right. And then just, I think his ability to pass the basketball is underrated. So I think there's so much to his offensive game that I can almost deal with, like, all right, you don't want to play defense? Well, now you're with guys who were going to play defense, like Tyrese Maxey, for being undersized and everything, tries to play great defense. So when you're coming into a max money guy in front of you that wants to play defense, what are you going to start to absorb? His work ethic, right? His things. That's what you're hoping for, Luke and boys. That's what you're shooting for there. If it is like that kind of pick. And I won't even trade out to get it. I'm going to trade out to get it. I'm not going to take somebody else taking him if I think that's my guy. Just give him that's all.
I think my biggest problem with Bailey right now is not the prospect that he is. It just goes back to the fit, and like, I don't know if this is really going to work out here. And I think that someone like VJ, when you're talking about our team and our organization, I think is by far a safer pick. So when you're gifted this opportunity, that's basically what they're juggling right now. Do you juggle the guy who might be a star, but I don't know, can develop under your current personnel? Or do you draft the guy that you know is going to be a damn good player, help you right out the gate, and with your development, you hope can turn into a star?
Yeah, Luke, you got to go with the safe pick, obviously. It's,
Pump, it's not about working hard. It's not about working hard. It's about being able to showcase his talents at the highest level. Like what you're talking about him doing, I believe that no doubt. He's going to be a tough shot maker in the NBA. But how many tough shots is he going to take on this team? And how long is it going to take for him to get to that next level? I think that's the only prospect and the only fit that doesn't make sense. Like, I think if Charlotte had 3, it would make a ton of sense for them to pick him.
Let's swap.
But I don't know if it makes sense. Just don't.
I was even listening to an interview where Rutgers' own play-by-play guy insinuated that Ace Bailey had a little bit of a work ethic problem, okay? I don't think you want to take him with the number 3 pick.
Can I just end this here?
Along with the other reasons that you guys alluded to.
Just mic drop it, right? Like a mic drop. I think, man, I can make a case that Trey Johnson's the best scorer in this draft.
Yeah,
and Cooper Flag, yeah, but it's a lot of Cooper's also a lot of downhill, right? And I'm not saying I won't play in the NBA, but it's a lot bigger and a lot stronger, right? But he's like, I think he's going to be a stud. But you get what I'm saying? Like when you're playing again, when you're trying to go up against the trees all day, right? Sometimes that's a little easier in college than it's going to be in the pros. But he can do everything, right? We know this. That's why he's consensus number 1 overall pick. But I'm saying I think Trey's a better one-on-one scorer than he is. He's a better, I can take you wherever I want to take you and score. And he's a better 3-point shooter than he is. Like he just looks like an NBA scorer. Like a guy that will average 25 a night in the NBA. We're not gonna make this hard. I don't give a shit about the other projections. I care about scoring. It's a game you got to score to win. And I'm tired. And I'll take my chances with 2 guards who can drop 30 a night. That's what I'll take my chances on. And Jared McCain off my bench. That's how I'll rebuild it. And if those 2 guys can do that, guess what? We're a lot better of a basketball team than we were.
Yep.
Than taking Project City. No, he don't have a project. His project is, you going to play defense or not?
Yeah, I mean, they all have flaws and they're all projects.
But I'm saying the other guys are like bigger projects.
Disagree.
But you can disagree. I'll take the guy who played in the best conference. I'll take the guy who played a better conference. I'll take the guy who played better competition who was able to do those things.
And they shouldn't have made the tournament either. They got a gift to make the tournament. So you want to hang your hat on a team that didn't make the tournament.
I'm not saying anything about.
Luckily
tournament.
they did, but
what did I say about tournament though? I didn't bring up tournament when I brought up him. I didn't even bring it up. I was just talking about conferences. I wasn't even talking about the tournament. That's all. I'm just trying to make case for somebody else. We're all stuck on 2 names. So like, God forbid. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to die on a different hill.
I love Khan too. I don't like him at 3, but I love Khan.
Yeah, he'd be.
There's a lot of guys I like if it's
they
not
were to
3.
trade back a little bit and get Khan, I would love that. That'd be so.
I mean,
Get the George's Niang's son.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
If you guys want George Niang, just give him a call. Same guy.
I'd take George back. I love that guy.
Like some minibus action, minibus, whatever.
Minivan, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Just got to figure out what we're doing here. I feel bad for Maxey. I really do. It's going to be.
Yeah, I feel bad for a guy making a buttload of money to play a game.
Mediocrity. Well, the competitive
I feel
guy
really bad for him.
Yeah, no, there's just a competitiveness. Like, it's going to be years of mediocrity that he's going to have to.
You want to try that one again there, Buckets?
Mediocrity.
I can't even say it. It makes me so sick. I can't even say it.
Try mediocrity.
Whatever.
Our Sixers will be stuck in mediocrity forever. Let's hope they don't fuck up this draft.
Maxey will be the face of it.
Face
He'll be the poster boy.
We got another like 10 years before the
Poor
Knicks,
kid.
right?
Yeah, let's wait 10 more years. Why not?
10 more years from the
We
Knicks.
also don't have our pick next year, basically, because it's top 4 protected. So
That great.
we
Whatever.
need to.
Boys, I got to be up in 3 hours. I'm going to call it a night.
See you, buddy.
Peace.
Yeah.
See you next week. Oh, everybody, enjoy your holiday weekend.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Day off. Woo.
What is it? Is he a coal miner? What does he do?
He works at Ethan Watson.
That was such an opposite answer. It's awesome.
He works in the cold.
I thought he was mining coal. I feel like he gets up at 4 a.m.
Yep, just minding your meat.
Just,
That's all.
just shaving your meat.
How many pounds you want?
Just packaging your meat.
Oh man,
Loves holding packages.
He's a meat packer.
All right. Well, if we're moving on, one thing I don't think we got to. I mean, we kind of we grazed over it. Tush push, baby. We're
Let's
back.
go, dude.
Hell yeah.
Jeffrey Lurie.
We're back.
Jeffrey
I love
Lurie
it.
with the speech of a lifetime.
Oh my
Absolutely
god!
love it.
Talking
What a
about wet
legend.
dreams. Oh my god. We're
Got
talking
everyone
about,
all up in arms
that
over
was
wet dreams.
I'll be honest. I read that like 4 times. And I still don't get it. I'm like, I don't.
He's right though.
Like he is, but I'm like, what made you think that? That doesn't make any sense.
My favorite part of the whole thing was the vote came out 22-10, and that's the same score the Eagles beat the Packers by in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
amazing.
the funniest thing in the world to me.
That's
It's
amazing.
So great.
I did
I was
find it
shocked a
pretty
little bit by
interesting
some of the
though.
teams.
Yeah, right. I was going
Yeah.
there too. I was
Yeah.
surprised that the Colts and the
Indian,
Cardinals
Arizona.
didn't.
Yeah.
Scumbags.
Yeah, those scumbags over there.
All right,
Never
Jim,
look
all right.
at it.
I was surprised that the Ravens and Lions were like, yeah, let them keep doing it.
Well,
Pieces
Yeah.
of shit wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the tush
Oh,
push.
dude, Dan Campbell could not have gotten away with that.
yeah, no
if
way.
he bitched out of that and voted to get rid of it.
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Like the
Football
Browns
guys.
are a random one. Like, what are they going to be pushing fucking Shador?
It's not even about
random
that.
one.
It's not even
Yeah.
about that. It's about just football guys, right? Like Patriots did it. Why? Because Rabel's there.
Vrabel, yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you got football guys, they're not going to get all softy on you. Like it's
Well, the
just-
Browns got Pickett. He's got the ins and outs of the play.
For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, Kenny Pickett's going to bring the tush push. They're going to run it
Yeah.
50 times a day, 50 times a game over in Cleveland.
I say coming out of that bye week on the road in Green Bay, the whole first drive should be all tush pushes.
No,
Yeah,
I
they
think-
got. I
no,
said they
no,
got to
no,
have
I-
a prop of like you can bet how like over
Yeah.
under how many times.
How
they
many
run in the
tush
game.
pushes?
No,
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
need to do is you need to go up top first play, get a touchdown, go up maybe like 14-0, and then run an entire drive of it.
I saw something on
The
Twitter.
team that shocks me the most, and they've shocked me throughout the whole time in their descent against it, is the Buffalo Bills. They
were
used
the
it the second most,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
voted against it.
And the Packers, they ran it actually really well. Once they didn't.
Yeah,
they
with the
stopped
tight
using
end
Jordan
coming
Love,
in.
and they used Tucker Kraft, and yeah,
Cowards.
yeah. I don't
Bunch of
get that at all.
cowards.
I don't get it.
A bunch of cowards, absolutely,
Bunch of cowards.
100%.
Don't act like we can't act like the original football that was played was literally just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. There's no other plays in football like that today other than the tush push. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. My guys are bigger than your guys, so we're going to push you forward. Stop it or don't. That's it. What's more football than that?
Yeah, but they were
100%.
apparently they were making up stuff about injury or whatever, and
Yeah,
Kelsey
like-
went up there in Kelsey's speech. Apparently, he said, which made the whole room quiet. Like, if you told me I can unretire and all I would have to do is run 80 snaps and they're all tush pushes, he's like, I would unretire right now. It's because you don't get hurt. You don't get hurt. It's exhausting, but you don't get hurt. Yeah. So and then the whole room's like, oh, okay.
I think
you're just
I
getting
said
lower
this-
than the guy. You're just
Yeah.
getting lower than the guy in front of you. That's all you're
I
doing.
said-
You're just creating room.
I was talking with somebody about this earlier. The only person I saw get hurt the entire time the Eagles would run this play was Chris Jones in the Super Bowl this past year because he lined up sideways.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like
That's
then he
what
was like,
people
"Oh,
are
my
going to start
neck."
doing.
Like,
They're going to get hurt on purpose to take it
yeah,
out.
so
next
just
year.
ban it. Like, come on, dude.
Well, I saw something on Twitter. Not that you gotta believe everything you see on Twitter, but I think it had a big thing to do with the Commanders game on why they even held this, because they didn't want to see a playoff game come to that of like just 15 straight flags, and like we almost got awarded a score. Like I didn't even know that was a rule.
That would have been
Like they were like,
awesome.
yeah, you do this
It was
one more
awesome.
time, we're just gonna give you a score. Like
Right,
I've never
give you a
even
touchdown.
seen that.
Yeah.
that would have
Yeah,
been
like,
amazing.
That would have been. How do you even like imagine gambling that? Like, how do you even like who gets the touchdown? Nobody.
Nobody.
It's just a team
Yeah,
touch. That's like a
yeah.
team rebound and fucking
it's
basketball.
avoided bet. Yeah.
Give it,
Yeah,
give it
it's
to
a team touchdown. Like
I don't
next
know.
touchdown score, the Eagles. Like who wins that? Like I don't like.
I don't know.
but-
Do you give it to the center?
Yeah, I don't
Who
even. You,
gets
can't.
the
You didn't even
center for
snap
that?
it. They were just gonna award it to you. Like you didn't even snap the ball. Like you give it to
Nick
Sirianni.
Sirianni touchdown.
Yeah, give it to Lori. Hey, Jeffrey, this ball's for you.
Jeffrey gets a touchdown.
Jeffrey gets
Like
a
how do you even like how would the statistician even write that in? Like it's an
He's
Eagles
dancing
touchdown.
on everyone's head right now too. I
love it
He's
so
dancing on. He walked out of there. He said, "Well, whether you vote for it or not, we're still got the trophy."
We're
So
still
stop it."
champs.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely love it. Birds,
What a
hey,
dog.
Birds still undefeated. Still
Remember
undefeated.
that bowler?
Love to see that.
I don't even know what his name is, but I always see it. It's like hate me or love me, you'll watch. That's all you could do.
Pete Weber, I think, is who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get to the point where we're the most hated team in the NFL.
I
Oh, I
love
think
it.
we're there,
need
and
it.
I don't even know if
fucking
it's that
need it.
close. I think
Yeah, we
surpassed
lost
the
that
Chiefs.
aura. We lost.
No, we need
I think-
another one. We need another one. If we
Yeah,
get another one, then
We go
it's gonna
back. We
be-
go back to
We're gonna be
back.
unbearable. Yeah.
Yeah, we go back to back, and we do like 3 push touchdowns in the Super Bowl. We'll be the most hated team in the world.
I
Oh
think if
my
you
God.
asked
I
the
need
fan
it.
though,
I
who would you
need it.
rather have win a Super Bowl, the Chiefs or the Eagles, and you had to pick one, I think they would pick the Chiefs right now.
They
I
did
think
last
they
year,
did.
yeah.
Like
No,
I'm
but
just
this
saying,
year-
No, I don't think they did.
It would
last
get
year.
more nauseating, the hatred, like for
right?
people, if we just keep winning. That's my point.
Yep.
Like it
Yeah.
grows over
No
time.
doubt.
Like they hate us already. Well, imagine if you run out of 3 out of 4, right? You got a little 3 out
Yeah.
of 4 run.
Yeah,
Right? At least it's being there 3 out of 4 years. Not even winning, people are gonna hate your life. So I want to be despised by the masses. That's what I want. I want a dynasty run of everybody in football hates us.
I want to
they're
be
trying to
I
ban
want to be
everything.
the Patriots. That's
They're
I
gonna say
want to be the
quarterbacks
Patriots.
can't run. Yeah, like they're gonna say quarterbacks can't run, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna be flipping out. Like I want it all. I want it all. You're not allowed to have 2 great wide receivers. What? Like what? You know what I mean? Come on. You can't have 4 great players on your offense. Not allowed.
You're not
Oh,
allowed
okay.
to have white cornerbacks.
Yeah. No more guys from Australia. You're not allowed any more rugby players. It's enough of it, right? And I just want it all. Every week,
Can't wait.
they're trying to ban something in the off season. Equals related. It's a great time. Great.
Absolutely
It's
love it.
amazing how 22, not that we don't already know this, but like it's amazing thinking that there are even 22 teams out there that would even vote against it when there's no injury history on the play. You can run it yourself, and it's just targeted right at us. It's so directly targeted that it's like sad. I don't
And most
understand
do
how-
run it. Most do
how
run it.
can right? How can you have like the morals to be like, yeah, we're taking this out? It's too good.
Yeah,
You
and I
can do
think
it
the biggest-
yourself.
It's cowardly behavior. That's all it is.
And he's got a lot of pools still, obviously.
It's not like we're
as
great
an
at
owner.
stopping it. Like I don't think we have a great history at stopping the play. You could do it. What's stopping you from doing it?
They stop him again.
Yeah.
It's not an easy one to do, but I think Jeffrey saw a lot of pull, obviously, NFL wise.
Clearly. I think Nick did too. I think that Saints vote was all Nick. I forget. They were saying a few other ones too. He reached out amongst like assistant coaches he's had.
Yeah, I mean, and again, Jonathan Gannon, maybe not so much because he's on the defense, right? But definitely Shane Steichen. But yeah, Gannon's a loser. But Kellen Moore definitely should have voted yes because he is 100% only a head coach because of that play.
I'll say this: like it shows you Gannon's a softie, which we already knew.
Yeah,
and Steichen is too because they didn't win here and we did.
Or it means Nick had the conversation and he's like, my owner's not going to do it. There's no chance, and they have no pull. It could be that too.
I think with Steichen, I think that's probably the reaction. With Gannon, I think he's just a bitch.
Steichen might not have had an owner to go discuss it with.
Well,
rest in
fair
peace.
enough. Yeah,
Sorry,
all right.
too soon.
No, hey, glad it's here. Let's do it again. Run it again and again and again and again and again.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to run the first one and have it be all up in arms.
I hope our first touchdown of the year is a touch push.
It was fitting that the first one the Super Bowl was, right?
I hope it is. I hope it's first drive. You get down to the 1, you push it in. Even if you get first and goal from the 3, run it four straight times. Run it.
Yeah, you know what I can't wait for too is that eventually when they ban it and they talk about us winning it, because down the line it's going to get banned at some point. It's the way of the world. So when it does get banned and we talk about the 2024 team, trust me, there are dryer sheets out there that would be like, "Oh, that was pre-tush push ban." Yeah, that was like there's totally idiots out there that would I'm telling you, I'm friends with some of those idiots that would say that.
I cannot wait. No, because I can't wait. I hope we go back to back. Obviously, I want us to win. I want to go back to back. We win 2 in a row. They ban it next offseason. Say we don't win 3 in a row, but we win the year after that, after the tush push ban, and just flip everybody off. That's what I want.
Yep, and I want another conference championship against the Commanders with Josh Harris, that clown, sitting up in his press box with Kevin Durant, the new Sixer, rooting on his Commanders because he's from DC.
They had the number 2 pick in the draft. He hired a guy from the NBA to come make his decision. Who are we hiring over here? We got the number 3. Who are we hiring? Who are we bringing in here for a second opinion? We don't got shit.
Yeah,
Howie, he's working the
We got ChatGPT making our pick.
I'll take Howie. Yeah, hire Howie.
I wish they just let Hinkie finish what he started. So stupid they took him from us. He
Well,
broke it down and never got to build it up. It just
might have been the smartest thing you said all night, Buckets.
Yep. I don't even think that's a question easily.
I'm pissed. I record every Inside the NBA, and I guess because today went overtime and it went late, it's technically under Naked and Afraid, so it didn't record it, and I gotta sit here and keep it paused so I don't lose it.
I thought I record some random stuff, but Jesus.
Inside the NBA, you're not a fan.
You
don't watch basketball.
I don't watch NBA at all.
They're about to be done. The ESPN's going to ruin them, so I'm just enjoying it while I can.
You're probably
right. Shaq drops F-bombs before. He's like, in the words of Marshawn Lynch, "I'm tired of shit, America. Fuck it, we're fired anyway." He just lets it fly. I love it.
Yeah, I heard Barkley talking about it. He's like, I was done. He's like, the only reason I'm going back is to make sure all my guys get a job.
Yeah, he's actually really nice with all the camera people and the random people behind the scenes.
He's the best. Sure that
they all come with him. And then he's gonna just bounce.
As he should.
Yeah. Love me some round man rebound. Good dude.
All right, boys. Great show. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Go Phils.
Go Phils.
Go Phils. Yes, sir. Best record in the
Come
NFL.
on, Luke. Come on, Luke.
Go Phils.
Get another one tomorrow, baby. Let's get one more.
Let's go streaking. Tommy, we tried to talk this into existence on Sunday.
Yeah, we're on a 6-game win streak, and we
Yeah, we
got
got
another game against the Rockies, 3 with
six here
the Oakland,
before-
not Oakland, it's the A's, I guess.
before going up to another minor league ballpark. So let's go. Let's get hot.
Let's get after it.
Let's stay hot. Sorry, let's stay hot.
Stay
Stay
hot.
hot.
On Snapchat, the rants in Colorado.
Oh my god. This guy
We're
might be
outta
worse than Otto Kemp.
Oh my God.
All right, Mr. Okafor. I'm not gonna lie, I watched some highlights. I was thinking about you. It was on Twitter.
Dude, you got some nimble feet, bro. Some nimble feet. He
like,
can
you know
move
what?
those
Like-
puppies.
got
Around the
better
basket, he
handles
can
than Ace
move those
Bailey.
puppies.
Better handles than Ace Bailey.
I was like 15, 16. Let me see what Greg was talking about. Let me refresh my memory here.
Now you're learning buckets.
Trying to give Pump a heart attack.
Man, I did
Better
see
handles
that
than Ace
video of
Bailey.
Ace Bailey at the combine just raining threes down.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Can we relax before Pump has a heart attack?
Oh well.
Yeah, go Rutgers. I know Pump's, packing the couch every Rutgers basketball game.
He's a Scarlet Knight enthusiast.
Yeah,
He
he
likes
got
Karina.
season tickets.
Yeah.
He was courtside.
He stormed the court after their 15th win to go 15 and 17 on the year.
Yeah, he's storming the beaches of Normandy. This guy.
He was juicing up with Alvarado and watching them games.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Good
Great
stuff.
show.
Yeah,
See you
good
guys
stuff.
next Wednesday. We're out.